Hello everyone. Today we have a very special guest with us. He's the most sought out ophthalmologist by every student, every ophthalmologist, anybody who wants to learn new things. And he's the one I've seen the students, every ophthalmologist want to take a selfie with also. And he's truly my mentor, my very close friend, Dr. Uday Devgan.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Welcome to our podcast. I'm so honored that you have accepted our invitation.
It's such a pleasure. And honestly, to come and learn together. Like at your meeting, it was so good. I took notes. So even though I'm 25, 30 years into a career, I still learn all the time.
Absolutely, sir. Well said. So before we go into your life of ophthalmology, which I think everybody knows about.
Sure.
I just want to ask about what happened before that. How was your life as a kid, as you were growing up? How's your relationship with your parents? Can we get a glimpse of that?
Sure. I was very fortunate. I grew up in a very smart family where I promised every night at the dinner table I was the least intelligent person there. So it was just an environment where I learned every day. And I think my father in particular made a point of just teaching me something. Yeah. About anything, just every day. I think that habit really has carried throughout my whole life. So I just want to keep learning every single day.
Superb, sir. So what truly inspired you to become a doctor, sir, and an ophthalmologist? What drove you in this particular direction?
Well, my parents were very funny. My parents were both immigrants to the U.S. from India, both physicians. And when we were growing up, my parents would tell us, children, listen, when you grow up, you can be any kind of doctor you want, anything, but doctor.
It's a nice way to put it, actually.
And then, in the U.S., where education is very expensive, my parents were very generous. My father says, you don't have to go to medical school, but if you go, I'll pay for it. It's totally free.
Wow.
Okay, I said, mate, why not go? And then when I started medical school, I was fascinated. I just thought, wow, they're teaching you the secrets of the whole body. I loved it. And then to land on ophthalmology was a very good blessing because it covered the thing that I loved the most. I loved the precision of the microsurgery. I have a short attention span, so I like a brief surgery. These are fast surgeries. And these are surgeries that have a huge impact on patients' lives. And then my most favorite subject when I was a kid in school was always math. And what is cataract refractive surgery? It's all math. And so it was like the perfect field for me.
Fantastic. So we have all seen all your videos, your surgical skills, and the way you do. It's so efficient. So actually you make it look so easy. Sometimes people look at your videos and, hey, it's very easy to do. But when actually you step in and start doing that, it's not that. It's something that you have developed over the years and you refined your skills and you've come to this level. And it's very kind and of you to share every single tip.
Right.
And I would say this is the most noble thing that you're doing because being a teacher itself is such a noble
It's a sacrifice for sure.
But you have gone to the next level where you want to do it for free and in a scale that is unimaginable.
Right.
And the coach, Cataract Coach, which you have started, you are the founder of it. I mean, how did you, what drove you to create that kind of a platform? And it's so well organized. You need any particular topic. It's all perfectly structured. You can just go to every category, just press a button, you get the whole thing. So what drove you to get into the social media and spreading your message or your teachings?
Well, I think it's the best way to learn. And there's some generational differences. If you ask someone who's, let's say 60 plus, how to do something like, let's say, change the headlight in your car, they'll look for something to read. But ask someone who's in their 30s or even 40s, they'll look for a video that shows you exactly how to do it.
Absolutely, sir.
And so I think having the video is such a great way of learning these things, and especially in our field where it's so easy to record video because you've got a microscope there with a camera the entire time.
Absolutely.
And then I also like the idea of just a brief amount of learning a day. I'll have a hard time sitting there and watching 3 hours of videos. But 5 minutes at a time, definitely, that's my speed. And then I think it's important to be able to equalize or democratize surgical education in ophthalmology. So no matter which country you're in, wherever you are, on your phone, on your mobile phone, in high definition. You can see the video, and I will teach all the secrets. I don't gatekeep anything. I spill all the secrets.
That's very kind of you, sir, because I truly feel that, our current generation of students who are starting now, they don't know how lucky they are.
Right.
Because in the older generations, there's no social media, there isn't any YouTube.
Right.
The only way to learn is from your mentors.
Right.
And you have to be very lucky. You have to have a good mentor.
Right.
And even if you have a good mentor, you should be very lucky that he teaches everything. Because some of them, they don't want to
give away all the secrets. You're right.
Not everything. They'll be like 80% or 70%, and they'll keep the 30% for themselves.
Right.
And you have just kept it completely open, every single tip.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's simply amazing, sir. And that is the beauty about it is, anywhere in the world, you don't need to go to the US or Europe or go under any mentorship. You can just open in your house, in your palm, with a press of a button.
And you can watch and learn it.
Watch it and learn it. I mean, it's instant.
Yeah. But, the young generation have their own challenges that we didn't have. So in the same amount of residency, they have to learn a whole new science that didn't exist then. Like when I did my medical training, my residency in ophthalmology, there was no OCT machine. Can you imagine that now? Yeah. There was no anti-VEGF medicines. There was no lamellar corneal transplantation. There was no femtosecond lasers. There was no fake guy. All these things were new. Yeah. And so for the young generation, they have to learn all the things we learned, plus all the new things, and in the same amount of time. So their challenge is even bigger. But the beauty of watching surgical videos, it can compress or accelerate, if you will, the learning curve. What took me 10 years to learn, a young ophthalmologist who watches videos voraciously can learn in 1 year. You don't need to suffer complication like a phaco wound burn. Let me show you how to recognize the early signs, and you can prevent it. So why learn from, yes, of course, we all should learn from our own mistakes, but also learn from the mistakes of others.
Absolutely, sir. I think that's the whole key, because what is a normal trend, at least a good student should be, is he creates a mistake and you shouldn't repeat it.
Right.
But you're gone to the next step where, why to even create that first step? Why don't you start from where you've been taught from so many videos which you have shared, and from there you can just keep moving forward.
Right.
So that's fantastic, sir. Fantastic. So other than Cataract Coach, you've been doing so much work, so much innovation, and you're involved in robotic surgery.
Right.
So can you just tell something about that and what you've been working on? Just a glimpse.
Yeah. So I work with a company called Horizon Surgical, and that's my disclosure, obviously. And we're able to basically incorporate robotic elements to assist you in surgery.
Wow.
So it's not replacing you, it's assisting you. It's making you a better version of you.
Absolutely.
Like if we look now, with our hands, the best surgeons have maybe 30 or 40 microns of precision. But the robot can have like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 microns of precision.
Wow.
So imagine you're doing a vitreoretinal surgery and you have to peel off an epiretinal membrane for the macula. We can have 30 or 40 microns of our own ability, but what if we have a robot that can assist us and they can say, okay, move forward 5 more microns, 5 more still. Now let me get that plane and peel off this membrane.
And it's all OCT assisted.
Right. So,
and all different imaging.
Right. The data is coming from high-res cameras that are in 3D, but also real-time OCT, and all the data is integrated. So that you have a machine learning capability, so all the data is put together. And so at any given time as you're operating, you know where the tissues are. And the reaction time is better. If you're an average surgeon, a good surgeon, your reaction time is maybe 200 milliseconds. If you're an F1 race car driver, your reaction time is maybe 150 milliseconds.
Yep.
Well, the robot can have 5 milliseconds.
Wow. That's amazing.
So the reaction time can be amazing. So you can do things as you're operating. Say, let's create a safe zone. If I'm operating, don't let me come within, let's say, 100 microns of the capsule. And it will prevent you from doing that in real time.
Superb. And we did see your presentation, and you did show some glimpse of it. Looks amazing, actually. That looks at another level of, I would say, cataract surgery. And it gives an opportunity, because a lot of patients, they want their eye surgery or cataract surgery or retina surgery by very specific surgeons.
Right.
And a lot of times, because of, I would say, because the doctor's from a different country or a continent, and they feel like the travel or the stay there will be inconvenient for them. Now, I think with your robotic surgery, I think that you can have the robot in the same country as a patient, but the surgeon is from a different country.
Yeah, you can now do telesurgery.
Absolutely.
So telesurgery means, you can have the control panel
Yep.
for the robot. I can have it 5 meters away from the
Yeah.
patient, or I can have it 5 kilometers from the patient, or 5,000 kilometers from the patient, and you can still perform the procedure.
I mean, that's fantastic, because I've seen a lot of patients who don't go because now it's, as you know, I think traffic is increasing everywhere.
Yeah.
There are a lot more people and traveling from one area, forget about country, from one area to other itself, the patient decides, where to get it done. But with this, it really negates most of the other factors. And if it's available everywhere, I think it'll make life so much more easier. And I was just thinking, we do a lot of gene therapy work. I really feel, over and above all the benefits you have told, this will be a game changer in gene therapy also, because the injection of these, the gene therapy, the vector, basically where we need to inject the treatment, you need to be extremely precise.
Right.
And the level of precision you're talking about that you can achieve with the robot is simply incredible. I think we should have so much more better outcomes. Just like how we have the Elon Musk is doing the implantation of the chip.
The Neuralink.
I'm
a little afraid of that. But,
but he uses this a robot to implant it.
okay.
So, because that is the level of precision you need, because any small mistake can actually lead into trouble. But
right.
I think with your robot, I think in the future, I think it's going to be the next level of safety and accuracy in terms of cataract surgery.
Right. I mean, whether talking about, let's say, autopilot on an airplane, you still need the pilot. Or if you look at actually keratorefractive surgery, where now you could argue that it's mostly robotic. If you look at the old keratorefractive surgery doing radial keratotomy, okay, that's purely hand. It wasn't the greatest degree of accuracy here.
No.
But now you moved an excimer laser or a femtosecond laser. The accuracy is amazing. And what does the surgeon actually do? It's mostly actually now a cognitive thing.
Yeah.
It's the decision making, etc.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think we're going to have the same way that these automated devices, lasers, taking over keratorefractive surgery. You're going to have robotic things coming more and more into intraocular surgery, in particular for us cataract surgery.
Absolutely. So I think hearing all of this, I'm sure all the audience or the people who are watching this video, they would want to know, when do you think that actually these robots will come into the market and come into our hands? We can actually use it. Just a ball. I know it's very difficult to say right now.
Yeah.
Just a ball picture.
I mean, the challenge in most of these places is getting regulatory approval.
Exactly.
So in Europe, the CE mark, in the US, the FDA approval.
Right.
And those things can be onerous.
Absolutely.
Those can take years.
Absolutely.
But I think it'll come sooner than we're thinking. And we saw the videos that we showed, and they're up on Cataract Coach now. It's pretty amazing already. I mean, it's the ability to just have that level of precision. That's really quite fantastic. Right. So I think it's sooner rather than later. But it's hard to pin down an exact date.
No, absolutely. So I think that's right. You said that the regulatory bodies are becoming so much of a challenge.
Right.
Even in India, so many things are changing. A lot of international companies or even national companies are really struggling to bring products very quickly. But I think it both has its pluses and minuses. Plus, in a sense, it's properly regulated in such a way that the product is good. But you shouldn't do it that bad that, the technology is getting delayed so much that, that actually finally it comes too late to the market.
Right.
Yeah, because there's a lot of investment gone into it.
There are a lot of products that you have here in Asia, in Europe, South America, that we just don't have in the USA. And things with huge track records. Things as simple as sulcus IOLs.
Yeah.
We don't have. Or iris clip IOLs for aphakia. We don't have in the US. They're not FDA approved. But yet the number that's implanted worldwide is countless for decades. But we still don't have it.
Actually, that's so true, sir, because I really feel bad for the patients because the citizens or people who live in the US, there's so many patients, like for an example, who need cross-linking for the keratoconus.
Right.
For so many years, the technology wasn't made available in the US.
Yeah.
And patients used to fly out of the country to get their surgery done and come back. And
right.
Actually, one way the country itself is getting hit that, and it's being such an advanced, the most advanced country in the world. and the patients are not able to get that right technology.
Right.
And it's delayed by almost 5 years, 6 years sometimes.
Or
before.
sometimes indefinitely with the examples I gave. So it's why, like in the US, why are, so many surgeons doing Yamane's
Yeah.
fixation? Well, because we don't have an iris clip lens free phakia.
Yeah. Absolutely, sir.
So it's kind of necessity.
Yes, fantastic, sir. So, I just wanted to I wanted to ask you a question on. See, you've been attending. It's been 2 years. We are truly honored that you have come to our conference, His Master's Voice, and this is the 4th year we have been going on, and you have attended the last 2 years. Can you just give a true feedback? You don't have to be.
It is absolutely fantastic. I mean, like I said, I took notes during this meeting because there were surgical pearls. I'll give you one example. Was the surgical pearl that Professor Soon said, Soon Chi. She said, when the broken bag, she put the IOL on the iris first, rotated the correct position, and then just tucked the haptics. I thought, what a brilliant idea.
Absolutely, sir.
So again, there's so much great learning here that I literally take notes. I did lectures in 21 countries last year.
Right.
But this meeting, no joke, is the absolutely best organized meeting. And it's what I love is it's super high yield. There's no fluff in it. Every session you can't miss.
Thank you so much.
So you've done a fantastic job. It's why when you ask me to come back a second year, done. No question. And you know how crazy my travel schedule is.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely
bananas.
but no, it's definitely worth coming. And I think you're doing a fantastic job. Just keep doing more of the same. Stick with it. I think your meeting's going to grow exponentially. You'll be amazed.
Thank you so much, sir. I think you're truly kind, and thank you so much for all your kind words and your encouragement, because your blessings is what we really need. Because of your presence in the past 2 years, the more we have had more attendance and more delegates, and everyone who comes, they want to take a selfie with you. Like I always say yes. Yeah. They always, and he's very kind. I mean, some ophthalmologists, they get irritated, but I've never seen him ever get irritated. He always loves it. He said, yeah, come on, let's do it. Yeah. That's his attitude. But
it's important to foster and nurture the next generation.
Absolutely, sir.
Because they're going to be doing my phaco. And I want a perfect job.
Right.
So, it's truly a pleasure. And, the truth is we all keep learning together. The best advice I can give a young ophthalmologist is never stop learning. You've got to learn something every day, no matter where you are in your career. If you operate 10 years from now the same way you're doing it today, there's a problem there. You haven't evolved. You need to keep learning every day. And again, even me, definitely in the middle of my career, even the second half of my career, I learn every day.
I think that line which you've been saying every time is, I learn every day.
Right.
That's so important, sir, because the time any one of us, we really feel, I'm the best. That's it. That means we have felt like we can't learn anything.
Right.
Nobody else is better than me and nobody else can teach me. And that's where our growth will become stagnant and everyone will just go ahead.
Right.
I think that's a right attitude. And as a true teacher, you've been spreading that message. And it's so important for every ophthalmologist to incorporate that kind of behavior.
Learn every day for sure.
And
question always, what can we do better?
Absolutely.
What could we innovate? What could be different here?
Super, sir.
And then keep advancing our field. So, especially when it's time for my phaco, I want a perfect job.
Absolutely, sir. It was really wonderful talking to you as always. Thank you again for being a part of NN podcast. And it's really an honor. I'm very lucky to have a mentor and a very close friend. And I want this friendship never to end, sir.
Oh, that goes both ways. Absolutely, my friend.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.